Hi everybody, it's Morgana Galaxia. Welcome back to my channel. So glad that you can be with me today. And I am coming on today because I want to look at a couple Kevins. I want to look at Kevin Nunes because the news is out today that he's going to resign from the House so he can run Trump Media and Tech, be the CEO over there for Trump. And I want to look at Kevin McCarthy because he's, the leader of the GOP in the House, and he's just letting people get away with all kinds of stuff. He's a Trump loyalist. He's not really a great leader for the GOP, although some of them might disagree with that. But anyways, I want to take a look at Kevin McCarthy as well. He's getting a lot of heat for not reining in Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. Apparently, he really wants to be Speaker of the House. And he really wants to be Speaker of the House, and apparently he's just a little nervous, a little scared of his House members and maybe Trump's loyalists. He's not really able to lead this party. He's just sort of just in it to rise to the top, I guess. Well, whatever. Let's see what the cards have to say. But I did want to start with, I said Kevin Nunes, didn't it? I think it's Devin Nunes. Ooh, my bad. Devin Nunes. So he wants to leave. Trying to shuffle while I'm talking to you guys. Wants to leave the House. He's resigning the House by the end of this month. Leaving his constituents in a lurch. In order to go run Trump's media empire. So I want to take a look both at how he's going to do as a CEO of Trump Media, and also maybe, I just can't help thinking maybe part of the reason he's so eager to go is he doesn't want to stay in the House. Maybe there's some culpability there that he wants to avoid. Now that the January 6th commission is underway. My goodness, these cards. Okay, so that's what I'm going to look at first. Let's look at Devin Nunes and his career move. All right. Let's just bring you on down. So, Five of Swords and Page of Wands and Six of Wands. Okay. So, where I'm going first is, how's Kevin Nunes now as a CEO? So here we have the Five of Swords, which is, I think this speaks to all the kind of battling that Devin Nunes has been doing up until now. He's pretty hated by the left. Just kind of smarmy, attacks people on Twitter and attacks people on Facebook and, anti-COVID and against anything that helps people and for anything that strips away people's rights and abilities to be healthy and happy. Anyways, he's had a lot of battles and a lot of fighting. And part of what this card is reminding us is a lot of it has been underhanded, abuse of power, really dirty kind of fighting. And this is because he's a Trumper. A Trumpster. Trump is dirty and he's classless, and just the way he just denigrates the office of the presidency with just the way he attacks people is so childish. It's really just kind of gross. And Devin Nunes is cut from the same cloth. So he's got no problems abusing his power, and this might be what's attracting him to Trump. So this kind of abuse and this kind of dirty fighting, this kind of ugliness, supposedly isn't very welcome in the House. I think that he just is better suited to being in Trump's world. He's, like I said, cut from the same cloth, just like Trump. That's where he wants to be. And I just think it speaks to his temperament and just the way Trump is, that kind of soldier that always on the attack, always trying to knock somebody down, right? Always trying to damage people. And I feel like Devin Nunes is looking at that going, hell yeah, sign me up for that all day long. Okay, so the middle card we have here is the Page of Wands. So this talks about communication. And I think this is Devin's new position, being that CEO of media and tech. He's seeing this as a way to make his voice heard more in the world. This is about the message that he's going to help Trump put out there. The story, right? The bullet points, the quotes. You know, he's just in it to promote Trump's agenda. He's just down for it. He's ready to go and be a part of that movement, or what he thinks will be a movement. And then at the end here, we have the Six of Wands. Interesting. So this is the victory card, you guys. So, you know, this is telling me that yes, he'll successfully make that transition as Trump's CEO. And I guess he's going to do well there. You know, I was kind of thinking, no, my personal thought is, you know, this isn't the best long-term career move for you because, you know, you might have fun while you're doing it, but nothing Trump does last that long. You know, everything eventually fails. Everything eventually falls apart. They'll probably end up getting sued or taken off the air or what have you. So long-term, I didn't think it was the best decision. But at least short-term, he's going to see success in this role. He's going to do well. He's going to get along with Trump. He's going to enjoy pushing that agenda. He might obviously be able to influence the messages that go out on Trump media. You know, it's going to be bigger than just Trump all the time. So in other words, there'll be other people contributing content to this media company. And yeah, I think he's going to be pretty successful at it. I think I'm going to bring it back down again. I'm just curious to get some clarifiers here, see if we can get a little further into the story. Okay, so yes, Devin Nunes, as I was saying with this card here, you know, he relishes that fight. He relishes that battle, you know, that sort of dirty, no holds barred, no rules, you know, just sort of cutthroat battling. And he sees this opportunity as the start of a new battle. Okay, this ace here is it's a beginning, it's a new endeavor, it's a new war, a new challenge, a new attack. So there's something he's going to be allowed to start. You know, it's a new beginning for him in this realm of swords. So yeah, it's just a new opportunity for sure. So this was communication. Regarding that, he has a Two of Cups. So this means that he's going to be in partnership with somebody. Yes, obviously he's going to be, you know, in partnership with Trump. That could certainly be what this card means. But regarding his role directly as a part of the communications, as part of the messaging of this Trump media company that he's going to be CEO of, there's going to be an important partnership there for him. So it could be Trump, but it could be maybe someone else Trump brings onto that company. You know, maybe CEO, maybe it's the CFO, or maybe it's, you know, another board member or something. There's just going to be a very strong partnership there for Devin Nunes that he's going to rely on in this job. So most likely it's Trump. It's his bond to Trump that got him there in the first place. It's Trump's message that he's going to be pushing out there onto poor unsuspecting voters. So yeah, this is pointing to that bond. They are inseparable. They are connected. And Devin Nunes is dependent on this partnership. So under the Six of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is telling us that there's going to be a lot. I think that once he gets over there into this company and he starts his job and he gets going, they're going to be pumping out a lot of propaganda here, a lot of stories, a lot of attacks, a lot of whatever it is they're going to be doing. There's going to be a lot coming from them, going to them, a lot of activity, a lot of action. It's, you know, a lot of, there's something else Trump did. I can't quite recall what it was, but it sort of died out and fell flat. Like maybe his first attempt to open this media company just kind of petered out. This is telling us, no, this time around, maybe under Devin Nunes' leadership, there's going to be a lot of activity, a lot of communication. Okay. So yeah, I think, you know, for Devin Nunes, I guess this is good. Good for him. But I was curious about his legal exposure. You know, the January 6th committee is still doing their work. They're looking for people who help to these insurrectionists, you know, case the joint, get in, organize the thing, pay for the thing. And, you know, they're right in the middle of that work and he bails. So I'm interested in his legal exposure. Was he scared to stay in the House? Was he worried? Was he like, oh, I got to get out of here? Show me how Devin Nunes. Show me how Devin was feeling in his seat in the House. Okay. Show me how Devin Nunes was feeling in the House. Did he really leave just for this awesome career opportunity? Or was he a little nervous and scared and needed to skedaddle? How was Devin feeling there in the House? All right, so we're starting out with Temperance. So this is about balance, balancing opposing viewpoints. I think that, I feel like in the House, he didn't like that balancing. You know, the House is, you know, left and right. There are two parties there that, you know, one way or another balance each other out. It's a give and take, a to and fro. There's rules that they have to follow. There's etiquette that they have to follow. You know, there's processes that they have to follow. It's a thoughtful process, right? It's not instinctive. So I feel like with this Temperance card and this focus on balance and patience, that might have been a little uncomfortable for him. He wanted to be more of a flamethrower. You know, he wants to throw those grenades, throw those bombs. He can't do that in a place where he needs to maintain some sense of respectability, you know, of just having respect for the people that he's working with and so forth. So I feel like, yes, the balance that is required in the House is part of what he didn't like, made him uncomfortable, and expelled him. And then we move into the King of Swords. So King of Swords, in this case, I'm going to call this Trump. Because for Devin, Trump is the king, and that sword element again, right? That fighting, the communications, the propaganda, it's the big lie. It's all the media that they spew out, right? All the lies and garbage that go with Trump and everything that he stands for. Basically what I'm saying is this is Trump's call to Devin, right? Hey, you don't like being, respectable. You don't like, not being able to, flip your finger at whoever you want or curse anybody out. There's rules to follow and etiquette to follow. You don't like that. Trump's like, come with me. I got a sword for you right here. And here we are with the 10 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, 10 of Cups. Generally, this is my happy voter card. So for Devin Nunes, I'm really asking, was he scared to stay in the house? Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm not getting a sense of fear here. What I'm getting is that he doesn't like the restraints that being in a house puts on him. Trump crooked his finger, and, he's a Trump loyalist. He believes that agenda. He went running to his master. And with the Ten of Cups, this is a tricky one. I would say that this is Trump's base and Devin Nunes' base being happy. Oh, no. Sorry. Where was I going with that? I'll tell you what this is right here, this happy voter card. These are the voters happy to see Devin Nunes go, okay? He's a turd in the House, and it's better for all voters concerned that he vacates his seat. So yeah, people are happy to see the back of him. Absolutely, that's what that's about. Okay, so that's Devin Nunes. Let's move on to Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, who goes running over to Mar-a-Lago to talk to Trump right after the insurrection. Getting reprimanded, groveling, getting the playbook in order, figuring out who to support, who not to support. Be nice to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Don't pick on Lauren Boebert. They're Trump favorites. So McCarthy toes the line. It's just the difference between him and Pelosi is so stark. For example, the example I'm thinking of is, poor Pelosi's had to deal with these fragmented Democrats, right? First of all, it's all Manchin and Sinema's fault. But poor Pelosi is always trying to wrangle all these Democrats, right? All these people who always want to, even if it's AOC, what am I trying to say here? So if whatever is being debated, if it's not progressive enough, for example, AOC or maybe Bernie Sanders would say, I'm not going to support that. It doesn't have these progressive ideas. And then Pelosi has to get them to sign on so they can pass stuff. And, she's always like herding cats. And this is a problem with the Democrats. It's something that's very different than the Republicans that, man, those people fall in line. It don't matter if they have to sell their soul, go against their ideals, be hypocrites, lie against themselves. Whatever it is, they just always fall in line and toe the line. So McCarthy doesn't have to do that kind of work like Pelosi has to do with the herding cats, because all those people are just falling into Trump's line, and all he has to do is kind of sit tight and hope that they gerrymander enough districts to get them a couple more House seats, and then he'll be Speaker of the House, and then that's all he really wants, right? I guess, obviously, then he can really control what gets on the floor and all that kind of stuff. So he wants the power. He wants the power. But so far, it doesn't seem like he has a strength to discipline or to lead or to set an agenda. It's all, yes, Trump. What do you want, Trump? What can I put forward for you, Trump? What message do you want me to parrot for you, Trump? He doesn't have his own agenda. And therefore, the GOP don't have a platform. Even Mitch McConnell says that. So I'm doing all this blabbing while I'm shuffling the cards, but this is the last shuffle. Okay, Kevin McCarthy. So maybe a little bit longer of a read on this guy too. Let's start out. Let's bring you down. Kevin McCarthy. 4 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Okay, so what I would say here for Kevin McCarthy is that he wants to be the leader of the House. So the 4 of Wands, that's your house. That's your foundation, your establishment. Excuse me. He's preoccupied with that. He wants to He wants to be the Speaker of the House. He wants to be the leader. He wants to have the power. He wants to call the shots on the House. This is literally about the House, the foundation of our democracy. With this Eight of Pentacles, so this is showing us work. Usually someone who's really skilled, who's really industrious, who is doing a lot of work. With McCarthy, I think this is less about work, because it's not wands, it's more about money. So with McCarthy, this Eight of Pentacles, this is fundraising, bringing in money, bringing in big donors. Let me bring this back up. So this is just pointing to the fundraising, the building money, accumulating wealth, appeasing donors, just that sort of feel. It's all about the money. I guess if he can make these rich people happy, if he can appease the people with the money, then he's going to move forward and get what he wants. And with the last card here, the Nine of Cups, this speaks to more of his long-term goal of an affluent retirement. He wants to build wealth and stay wealthy. He wants to accumulate. He feels if he is the leader of the House, Speaker of the House, working for Trump, calling Trump shots, that money is going to roll downhill into his lap, and he's going to be living a lavish lifestyle for the rest of his life. So whether it's Trump directly or the industries, right? The oil industry, the gas industry, or whatever industries, or the donors, all those people. Sometimes the words I want to use just fly out of my brain. But anyways, yeah, this looks to me like he's in it for the money, that he sees this as his road to wealth for the rest of his life. He's just going to live large. And, there's a very good reason for him to think that, because if you look at how much these people make, their salaries, their governmental salaries versus what their net worth is, you can tell that there is a lot of money streaming into government, into these politicians' pockets. Okay, so let me check my time here. I think it's a little early, but I'll go ahead and leave it there. Devin Nunes, Kevin McCarthy, what did you think of my readings? Was there anything you saw different in the cards? Feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to read those. I get always find the comments interesting. I get some from the other side of the aisle sometimes too, and those are fun as well, as long as people are nice and civil. I'm happy to engage. Otherwise, like if you enjoy the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to, see you come back again. And until Wednesday, have a great couple of days, everybody. All right, take care. Bye.